Hello everybody, this is Shirley and this is Sew Till We Begin Embroidery. Thank you for stopping by. Today I am going to do a continuation of a video I just put out, a part 1. Last week I put out part 1, which was an in the hoop rose faux leather purse. And if you saw the video, you saw that it didn't quite turn out the way I had hoped for it to turn out, specifically because of the size issue and the fact that it didn't quite fit my hoop. And I adjusted the size via my brother machine. So this week I am going to do my best to rectify that situation because I have another design which I mentioned on that particular video, stating that I would do the second design, but I would do the size adjustment in Embrilliance before putting it on the machine, and that should rectify the size issue and everything should fit together perfectly, and hopefully it will stitch out perfectly. That is the plan, and that is my finger crossed. I have done these purses before, and not this particular pattern, but I have done several purses from Urban Thread before, and they do stitch out very well. The one that I did last week was the rose. I had not done that one before, and the one I'm going to do today is the owl, and I've not done this one before, but it's on the same design concept of the one I did last week, the rose. And of course the sizes are the same, so I did shrink the size down. I am going to walk you through step by step everything that I've done, and also show you the progress throughout through the end. And like I said, fingers crossed, hopefully everything will turn out just fine this time. So just follow along and watch me stitch out this beautiful purse. It should come out really well. And if this one comes out, the owl one, I might go back and try to redo the rose one at a later date. It won't be anytime soon, but I did love that pattern, so I might try to do that one again. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I'm not 100% sure that you can see everything on here, if you could see the icons up here or not, but I've already saved my design on the on my USB stick. But I just wanted to point out what I did. This is a 8x12 hoop, which is the size of my, well actually my mighty hoop one is 8x13, and I think this one is a 8x12. But it's okay, it doesn't matter whether it's a 12 or a 13, because this is the size. And I have reduced it from a 7 3/4 down to a 7 inches wide this way, and it is 10 inches and an eighth going lengthwise. And that's for, I guess you would consider that the back part of the purse. And then I will show you the front part. This also has been reduced down to a 7-inch width, which is the same width of the back that I just showed you, and this is the front. And the height is 5 and 15/16 of an inch, so basically 6 inches. So that's going to be the size of the purse. But the main thing is it's going to fit in my hoop, as you can see, and it is exactly the same width, 7 inches, as the width of the front, again 7 inches. So with that being said, everything should fit, so everything should work well this time. So I just wanted to point that out. And this I did in Embrilliance. Last week, I don't know, I had a lot going on, and don't want to make any excuses or anything, but just wanted to say that it just didn't dawn on me until after the fact that I probably should have taken it off and adjusted the size in the software versus trying to adjust it on the machine, because I didn't get it at an exact measurement. But now they both are exactly 7 inches in width. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the machine and get started on the stitching. when you're in the process of getting your design ready and everything, you have to get your die lines out as well. So you're going to need to print out the front die line, and then you're going to have to print out the strap die line, and you're going to have to print out the back die line. So make sure when you open up your designs, it's going to tell you to print out two of each, two of each, two of this one, two of this one, but I actually didn't do two. I just did one and cut it out twice, and then this one too. You can cut it out twice using the same one, or just print out two. I just printed out two. One is for the leather or faux leather, and the other one is for the lining. But don't forget that you do need to have your die line, so that's your pattern to cut out your excuse me, the leather part, as well as the cloth part or the lining part, and that gets everything set up for you. Then you take it to your machine. So I just wanted to remind you of that you will have to cut out the die lines, print them out. That's what you need to do. You go into File, and you go into, I always like to do the print preview just to make sure everything is cool. And then you can hit print up here, or whatever you want to do. But that's what you need to do. So don't forget to do that. So what I have on my cutting board are the things that I need for the project. And of course I have my cutaway stabilizer. I have a long 36-inch ruler. I have my faux leather. I have the material that I'm going to use for the lining. I have a piece of tailor's chalk. I have two D-rings for the straps, a rotary cutting tool, pair of sharp scissors, and I also have a 12-inch ruler. And I think that's all you need, except for, of course, your design and your hoop. So like I said, I have the hoop. Actually, I have the hoop already on the machine. I have the design in the machine on the USB. And the other thing that I didn't mention before, you need to have, or they recommend that you have the bobbin the same color as your top thread. Now the two colors that I intend to use are the colors of these bobbins that I have on here, and I haven't yet decided which one is going to be my outside stitching yet, or the pattern stitch. It's going to be one or the other. I'll make up my mind as soon as I get over there to the machine and think about it. But that's what we have for now, and that's what we need in order to get started with the project. So here are all the pieces cut out. What they advise you to do, as I stated, was cut out the die line pattern first, then spray the back of the pattern and stick it onto the back of the fabric. So this is excuse me, this is the back, and as you can see, this is the front. So that's what I did. Same thing for this, same thing for this. Flip it over, there you have it. So I just sprayed adhesive, stuck it to the back of that, cut it out, did the same thing for this one, and so forth and so on. So that's how you get your material ready to go onto the machine, so you can start stitching out everything. So I just did the die line for the front, and I'm going to go ahead and place the faux leather on top of it so it can start doing the stitching of the design. Now I'm stitching the decorative designs on the front, and When that's done, then I will be ready to start working on the back part. In the meantime, I'm going to get the loops together to go on the back, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the straps. I may do the straps out of webbing material versus the faux leather material because I don't really like how that turns out, but we shall see. I am going to start the die line for the back side, and once I get the die line done, then I'll put the faux leather on and stitch out all the design on that. And when that is done, I'll have to attach the lining, and those will be the last two stitches on there, so I'll have to be using my hand on, I think, the third and fourth stop, and then I can put it all together. But the one thing that I do want to emphasize is that remember that you're going to have 4 designs. You're going to have 2 separate die lines and 2 separate pieces, the front and the back, for a total of 4. And they're different designs. So every time you complete one, you'll have to go back and load the other one onto the LCD screen. So just remember that you have 4 separate design elements that are needed in order to complete this particular project. So now I'm going to go ahead and start the machine for the back die line. Getting ready to do the final part. I've already attached the front part onto the bottom of the hoop. I put the D-rings on, and it's doing its satin stitching is going around. So it's almost done. So it is complete. All I have to do is take it off the hoop, trim it up, clean it up, and I'll put the strap and the snap on eventually. I'll get to it. Not tonight, it's getting late, but I'm going to take it off the hoop and let you see how it looks front and back. Well, I am done. I have completed the owl. It came out cute, better than the rose, I think. Everything matched up, and that was my most important concern, that I got my size together so it all stitched out wonderfully. Back, front, back. Cute little purse. All I have to do is put my snap on it, my strap, and I will have my purse. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Hopefully this is a well, I know it's better than the first one. So this is part 2, letting you know that correcting the size in Embrilliance was the way to go. And going forward, don't forget, if you have an adjustment that needs to be made, yes, you can make adjustment on the machine. However, when you're trying to match up 2 sides, like I was trying to do the front and the back, it's probably most advantageous to do it in your software, because that's the only place that you can guarantee you're going to have the sizes exactly alike, especially in Embrilliance, since you can input the size yourself. You can scale it to whatever you want it to be so they can match, and that's exactly what I did. I made sure that the width was 7 inches on the front and 7 inches on the back. Therefore, it did fit like a glove, so I was very happy with that. So again, thank you for watching, and hopefully you will give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Share, hit the notification bell, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I do appreciate that. And this is Shirley signing off for tonight. It's getting late, and I will talk to you later. Bye.